a DreamHack Masters Winter 2020. It's going to be a difficult battle for both of these teams. During their interviews, they show a lot of respect for their opponents, and rightfully so, Blair, as we head into Mirage.
Yeah, this is going to be a banger, and I'm just going to say it right now. We saw a few one lopsided series yesterday. This is not going to be one of them. Spirit are going to fight, doesn't matter what the map is. Looking at the maps as well, it's a map which can really go either way. Mirage, Spirit picked it. It's a map that Heroic can definitely play. Then you see Nuke. Heroic are fantastic on Nuke. It's a map which Astralis banned against Heroic. That's how good this team is on Nuke. But Spirit on our team, you just can't predict, right? They can play almost every other map apart from Vertigo, but we can talk about it later on, Dinko. We're going to jumping in straight into the pistol rounds. Heroic starting on the CD side. We have Nico with a kit and a smoke. USBs all around, and for the side of Team Spirit, it's going to be Chopper and I disbalance with the utility. Couple of flashes, couple of smokes, bit of a default setup. They're just going to space things out, and Tessus, he's aggressing real early towards apartments, and it's going to be some young waiting, but Tessus rips his head clean off.
That was that early CT aggression you were talking about in the pre-match, Bly, coming out in round one. Magis getting the reply out of Palace, just swings out and topples Borb. And now Down trying to hold on. Catwalk is his domain. He will find the headshot onto Mir. And the bomb's still all the way back at spawn right now for Team Spirit. So they're going to have to pick that up and find their way onto the A site. Good control taken right now by Chopper. Let's get one player just kind of out of Palace. That's Magis now dropping down into the site. A minute and 5 seconds left. 3 players currently here in spawn for Heroic. This retake is still looking incredibly possible, and if they catch the bomb running out ramp here, they might just be able to put it in the grave early on, but minus balance gets onto the bomb site. 3v3 post plant will play out.
Oh, flashback. Oh, but Tessus with the aggression and 2 quick shots, and only 1 player remains. Chopper. There's not much he can do. Gets taken down. The shots coming in from Tessus. That was so well played by Heroic, Dinko. Like you pointed out as well, the early CD aggression, forcing Spirit to go for a play towards A, but just a patient way towards the CD spawn. They went for the retake, and just textbook Counter-Strike, and some beautiful shots coming out from Tessus.
Yeah, man. Tessus is showing up early on the server. This is exactly what we want to see. Tessus is an animal. Good positioning there. You know, it looks crazy from the other perspective, but right there, it's all down to good positioning, Blood, and how he's approaching that site back in. Makes those shots a little bit more easy to hit. But Team Spirit coming out with a force spike. They've got the Galils in play, an AK-47, and a double scout setup on the T side. This is not a bad force buy at all. You got to be careful here.
There's an MP5 as well, Nico. I know a lot of people hate the MP5, but I'm with James Banks. I love the MP5. Makes me feel nostalgic for happier times, Dinko, the boomer that I am. But yeah, the double scout, something which you don't necessarily see that often on the T side, especially. But of course, at AK-47, the hands of Mir, this guy is the guy to watch with Spirit. He is absolutely phenomenal, the highest rated player. Also, the highest rated entry frag of this team, and he can pretty much single-handedly take over games. And there we go, opening things up. Stalin, just a couple of shots, and that's all he's going to find. As Mir's going to rip his head clean up, is looking for more, and is going to find Tessus as well. This is looking grim already for Heroic.
Yeah, really good stuff from Mir to start things off. Chopper coming in as well and doubles up. Takes down Borb and Nico. And suddenly it's all Cadian. 1v4 with an MP9. Not going to be looking too great at this ridge. There is an M4 right in front of him. His chances of winning this round is extremely slim, so probably just wanting to look to hang on to this weapon going into the next one. And that's a fantastic round out of Team Spirit. You know, 2 players having a lot of impact. Mir holding off that mid-aggression from Stown. I believe the flash came up. I don't know if it was effective on Tamir. I'd assume so, that it wasn't, because he just easily took that first headshot and then swings out top middle. He's confident enough to just run out top mid and start taking the fights, and he spots Cadian as well. He doesn't spot him. Cadian was actually a little further away from that corner, so he was visible from the apartments, and that is not how you want to play that one.
I believe he did see the shadow, but 4x3, maybe?
4x3 may be low shadow settings. Who knows, Blood?
Could be low. Yeah, like shadow settings, I'm sorry. That's something a lot of people usually keep on low, which is a big mistake. Although, knowing Cadian, I doubt he's one of them. But yeah, I feel like he got 4x3 there. He didn't see the shadow, but what a round from Mir. Getting the opening pick. Pretty much all by his lonesome as well, Dinko. Was playing towards top mid alone, gets a first kill, the second kill, and of course hunts down Cadian as well. And winning the force buy. Heroic, though, they've in turn gone for their own version, starting with the Scout and the Kevlar. The rest of them, Deagles and Kevlar, abound for the CTs, and have gone for a kind of a a stack towards B. The 4 players lying in wait, couple towards short, couple on the bomb site. And they've left Deborah playing pretty aggressively towards ramp. Now, Team Spirit, they have control of the top mid. And they have a lot of options available. And no MAC-10s, no SMGs, however. But, you know, some Die Young with the Galil. He could be the player going on a fact-finding mission, perhaps. Getting mid control. It's about which side they're going to be heading towards. So they head towards B, they're going to be walking into the trap. But knowing Team Spirit, they are pretty methodical. So let's see how they take this one.
Yeah, Team Spirit are not a team that'll leave any stone unturned, right? They'll be making sure that they look solid coming into every single round. And you don't want to be caught out by anything. Like I said, they do respect each other, these two teams. They know what they can bring to the server. And Team Spirit going to be setting up with utility. Flashpoint about to go around that short corner. Short for taking ladder room control. And Tessis with the kill on the Deagle. The Flashpoint goes in towards short. And they completely just dry peek into the ladder room. Or it will fall towards top connector. Now Mir just holding this flank from connector itself. A couple of players about to commit his crosshair. They triple swing in from short. Nico getting one of the Deagles down, delivering on the scout, and the kills keep coming through. The bomb has to get planted. Magic's now into a 1v3, and he needs to be a wizard in this clutch. He's lined them up, and there it is. A rabbit out of the hat and a round added to the tally. Team Spirit 2-1 up.
That was magical indeed. That was just a burst. Just a burst from the AK, and boom, all 3 players dead. Although a couple of them were very, very low indeed. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that happen.
It's like,
what was it, like 2 bullets?
He literally just, yeah, it was like a headshot burst. You know, what you would usually go for, just get that one headshot. He just killed 3 people. That is nuts. That's ludicrous. 2 players extremely low, and they all sort of eclipse each other and allow him to take them all down in just one foul swoop.
Well, early in the game, Denkona, we're already seeing some pretty ridiculous stuff coming out here from the players. My feed seems to have frozen a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, mine is completely frozen, so...
I mean, it's just USB, so I'm gonna assume the Spirit's...
Oh, it's back.
There we go. It's back for us. Disbalance taking easy pickings for the AWP, although they would rather have the MAC-10 get those kills, but the MAC-10 gets denied, so... yeah, pretty standard round coming up from Team Spirit. They should be keeping the majority of the other players alive, though. But for Heroic, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't really fancy the chances here. So getting a kill itself is kind of an overachievement just for the USPs.
Yeah, and if they all die to the AWP and the AK, you know, no SMG money being picked up here for Team Spirit, so they'll not be complaining too much about that one. Now, 3-1 up, Heroic will take a look at their purchase here, and, you know, they won't be able to get the AWP out. It's going to be the 5 M4s across the board, and there's not a whole lot of utility. It's at a good enough level, but not exactly fantastic. So Team Spirit certainly favored, based on the momentum, and now the money is in their favor as well. Heroic needs to win this one, otherwise they're back down to another low buy. We'll be seeing Team Spirit take quite a significant start here on Mirage. Oh my god! How does he get that headshot?
It's Mir. It's Mirror. That's the only explanation I have for that. So quick with his reactions, and I think it's already got like what 3 entries already in the 5 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. And he was just fantastic just last week in getting these opening picks, opening kills. Although the caveat being most of the teams they were playing in DreamHack Open November were of a much lower caliber compared to their opponents today. Heroic are a different breed altogether, but Mir is showing that he doesn't care who you are. He's still going to be winning those duels. No AWP yet for Cadian as well. He just has the M4 to work with. As we are kind of running out of time. I mean, not really. It's still at 50 seconds. Slowly creeping up towards A. Cadian's holding a close angle, but Chopper, he clears it. 1 by 1, Heroic do fall. They go for the retake, 3v5. It's going to be pretty rough, so they want to probably get at least a couple of picks here. But Team Spirit, 35 seconds. They need to make a bit of haste.
Yeah.
They still need to make the way into the site, and Tessis is still holding the line, though.
4v2. Heroic is starting to be picked apart in this defense. Down, up towards Catwalk, needs this kill, and he's picked it up. Some Die Young hitting the deck. Bomb gets planted here for Team Spirit. They've got 3 players alive inside of the A bomb site. Tessis and Stown locked out of it. They're going to be carrying these weapons into the next round, and Team Spirit up 4-1. The money, it's not really in a position that allows Heroic to attempt 2v3s. Where they are unfavored, they do stand a chance, but, you know, the limitations of the lack of kit, the lack of utility, and being a player down, suggest they have to save into this next round. So Team Spirit up 4-1, looking quite comfortable at the start of Mirage, to be honest, play. It's nothing too crazy either, right? It's just mirror go kill.
Mirror go kill, and well, everyone else is doing the killing as well. It's looking, yeah, it's looking pretty comfortable, apart from the pistol round, which was a very, very clean win from Heroic. So
that's just Tessa popping off.
That is true. That is true. He's off to a great starter. So you have the replay. Spirit being very methodical, and especially the AK-47 having a little bit of an edge that, you know, the first bullet, you find its head, and the guy's instantly dead. But we do have another eco coming in here for the side of Heroic, although a few upgraded pistols, a couple of deagles, 5.7 as well for Borp, but I disbalance. Having no trouble catching Borp, although that was the 5.7, not the rifles. And Tessus at Starvin with the M4s. Now, Tessus is all by his lonesome, and Spirit have been kind of slow in their approach, but I disbalance is missing nothing. He finds Tessus, and despite a couple of rifles to work with for Heroic, it's not really working out right now.
I just balance now having his time to shine, taking down 2 players and locking them out of the round. We're looking at 5-1 for Team Spirit, and the exit kills attempting to come through here from Heroic. They have got Stown boosted over the top. He could get something out of this. Molotov down deep. They know they could be quite close by, and this boost over the top somehow doesn't work out for Stown. Mira's just winning every single aim duel on the server right now, and Cadian, he's out of there, saving the Teagle. And yeah, that's nothing of value being carried over here for Heroic. Team Spirit are off to a flying start.
You know, Mir means the world in Russian. So right now, he's basically Mr. Worldwide right now in Mirage. He's just running around all over the map, winning every single duel. Money's looking pretty good as well, Dinko. After this round, you're going to get the win bonus kicking in. And it's going to be... And look at the utility unused as well. They haven't used a lot of the utility. So even if they repurchase like a couple of smokes, flashbangs, nades, they're going to be all sitting pretty on around 8K, close to the 8K mark for the majority of these players. And that is... Well, I take that back. Actually, it's 9K and 10K for Artist Bounce in the mirror. That's a lot of money, considering we are just 6 rounds in, and they're in the T side. So, if Spirit were looking for a good start, it couldn't be any better than this, especially after the loss of pistol round. So, for Heroic, they need to turn things around real quick. We do have a much better buy coming out right now. It's going to be double op setup, going to be coming in with Cadian and Starvin both wielding the dual zoom bangers. And we've seen this setup work out for Heroic time and time here in Mirage. It's not been the best map, Dinko, but CD side with a dual ops has always been something which has worked out for them. Borp, that flash catches no one, Dinko. I like the aggression, but Team Spirit, everything's going their way right now.
Yeah, everything is going their way. Every aim duel, every fight they take, it seems like Team Spirit is coming out on top. And that's something they've been so used to doing, right? Is that aim duel style Counter-Strike. They're very good at sort of dictating the pace on the T side as well. It makes it quite difficult for a team like Heroic to know when they can get aggressive, to know when they can try and take some of this control. And that's something we talked about coming into this, about the CT aggression. And it's worked out for Nico this time. He spots the feet of Magix, and he takes off his toes.
Well, there's a trade. That is something. Bomb will be picked up. They are heading towards the bomb side. Nico, he should be careful. Doesn't want to be caught out of position. It's going to be hugging the corner of the sandwich. He has Caden with the op crosshairs trained towards connector. No eyes towards ramp. And Spirit do like walking out here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. No utility to provide a tell. Instead, it's going to chop and making contact. Nico's going to strike. He finds one, continues to spray, runs out of bullets, and he's going to be taken down by Mir. And now they know Caden's position as well, but crossing on over, Stavin and Tessus, they find quick 2 kills. SDY left alone, 1v2. It's the AWPs, but look at where the bomb is, Dinko.
Bomb just lying in the open. Sundial's going to run forward and pick it up, but caught by Stown with the kill on the op. It's the second round for Heroic. And honestly, that round started pretty badly for them, and they do a really good job at recovering it. And the thing, how they do that play, it really feels like it's all about that proactive play, not letting Spirit dictate the pace, which is exactly what they've been doing so far for the entirety of this T side.
Yeah, I was a little worried for them, I won't lie, but Spirit, they did find quite a bit of success just going for these just walkouts towards the bomb sites, but that's what they're trying right now. Heroic finally breaking the streak. Spirit, the streak comes to an end with 5 rounds. I'm a little surprised that they let go of the secondary op. I think Tessus had his hands on it, and then he dropped it for an M4, then swapped it out for an AK-47. Which, sure, I mean, it can work. The AK is a gun which you can't purchase in a CD side, as here. He's going to spot out Stavin, but Stavin's going to come out on top. 19 points of health. And he's going to still run on ahead just to pick up the AK-47 despite being so low in health. And that's going to force Spirit to go for a fast take towards A, Dinko. But they're going to be ready and waiting a quick swap of the AK and the AWP as Cadian finds Magix. And with that, Spirit will have to fall back.
Finally, Heroic getting a little bit of success early on. Taking down Magix and Chopper. Now we're in 50-second territory, and Team Spirit going to be looking back to middle. See what they can find here. Mira, the front man, jumping. Taking their time as they are looking to attempt this run boost out mid. No one from Heroic's actually even looking middle, so they have full mid control right now to play with. Lucky for them, the run boost wasn't too successful anyway. Amir's going to start walking down with his teammate in tandem. They've taken that mid control available to them, but Stown's just holding his passive position towards short. He knows they've got full control of this map right now. They just have to hold the extremities of connector and window. Palace is now a problem for them as well, but it's all mid. 15 seconds. They start to walk forward. Sumda Young getting caught, but Stown not enough damage done. The kill not coming through, but the time, 9 seconds. Kills keep running in. And Heroic, they haven't lost a single player. Team Spirit will lose this round. Heroic, 3 on the board.
Counter-terrorists win.
Great round coming in from Stavin there with the AWP. Also Caden Borb. And yeah, winning these early opening duels is very crucial. Starting off with Stavin, getting the kill on the chopper, and then Cadian tossing over the AWP to Stavin, considering how low he was, but he makes it work. 5-3, still gonna be favoring Team Spirit, and because of the amount of money they built up in this 5-round streak they went on, they have all the money in the world, all the weaponry to work with. Even the Zeus in the hands of Disbalance. I'm not sure if he picked it up off the floor or he bought it, but why the hell not? If you're rich as hell, just go for it. Cadian playing right behind the smoke. The nade gonna deal a bit of damage. This is something which you haven't seen yet from Spirit. They haven't really gone for the boost through window, and the timing couldn't be better, Dingo. There's no one holding, no one marking that angle.
Cadian just close by here. Mia just biding his time in the window boost. Eventually will run right into his crosshair, and Cadian with the kill. Molotov burning out the connected position. Team Spirit looking for a kill back, but finally it'll start to come through. Magix and Chopper now making a play into the A site. Bomb is not in their back though. Keep note of that. It's still in spawns. They're just getting kills instead. Who needs a bomb? Who needs a bomb? We've got Chopper and Disbalance just taking every single player down. And now it's Cadian left alone in the 1v3. 35 seconds left. He's back in CT spawn right now. Bomb has been collected for Team Spirit, and they're going to bring it back over to the A site. Cadian will need a monumental clutch here. He spots the one player. He bits out the position. Cadian not getting the shot landed, though. And now he's going to start walking forward. Chopper taps the bomb. Scope, he knows he's close. Chopper should know this. Comes off the bomb, and Cadian with the kill. A little bit of a strange approach there from Chopper, but the round, nonetheless, is won by Team Spirit.
It's almost like Spirit reflexing on Cadian there. They knew where he was. They had a player towards short, Dinko. He could have cut off Cadian from rotating back towards B. He could have gone into jungle. He could have been peering through murder hole, ensures Cadian doesn't rotate back towards B. They could have picked up the bomb, run all the way to B, and got it down. I don't know. Did they have enough time? I'm sure they had enough time. I could be wrong. Maybe it was a clock. But
I think they had 30 seconds when they went back to get the bomb.
Oh, never mind that. They just flexed it. They had enough time to run towards the B bombs to get the bomb down, and there was nothing Cadian could have done. Instead, just stick it. Aggression from Stavin finds Chopper. That's a huge kill. And look at how Nico and Tessus take. They are bleeding internally.
Well, Stout is chilling out right now. Goes for the peak. Disbalance with the kill. Tessus just hanging out in the ladder room. He's about to walk into his position. Tessus, he's blinded. Perfect flash, but still gets the kill, of course. He's locked in, but he's fallen, finally. Brought down, but Nico spots the back of Disbalance, completely unaware of that. And Nico will happily collect it. Molotov in towards window. He gets double mollied. Nico, get out of there. He's down. Sumda Young with the kill. And now at 2v2. Cadian has been in this position before in towards the window room. With 49 seconds, there's still plenty of time for Team Spirit to play with. There's no need to rush into anything just yet, and they know this. They're going to wait for the repositioning of Sumda Young. He's going to go up to the apartments. They'll try and converge on this B-bomb side. Currently, one player over here is Borup anchoring in behind the bench. Gideon's trying to spot some info towards short. He could actually do this, though. Magic still has that bomb. So if he wants to go towards B, he's got to venture out towards Catwalk. So we need this kill from Sumda Young. But he also needs to get across safely and go beyond Gideon's crosshair.
Borup finds the kill, and Magic has managed to pull off the great escape, but it still needs to find Borup, and Borup just tucked in behind the bench.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Just got to stick the bomb. Yeah, make it though. He needs to land a kill. He will. Doesn't run. Runs out of time. It doesn't really matter. Caden's going to get the kill. A very, very close round indeed, but Heroic, they hold on. But Dinko, despite winning the round, look at the money. They are just not able to build up any semblance of an economy. Fortunately for them, the money's kind of screwed for Spirit as well. So we will be seeing maybe a few upgraded pistols coming out for the CIS side. And maybe that's an opportunity for Heroic to at least, you know, kind of win a clean round. A couple of SMGs, the FAMAS, M4, WP, top mid. Mir is completely blinded. This time the flash is going to catch him off guard. And that's going to funnel the remaining players of Spirit straight towards a bomb site.
Nico just having a good time looking up at Palace. MP9 from Borup, time to shine, time to get a couple of kills added to the tally, but Chopper just takes his head off of his shoulders. And now Tess is having fun with the MP9. Nico and Stana committing cleaning up. 5 rounds for Heroic. 1 away from tying things up, and money is not even there right now for Team Spirit. I mean, they can still get the full purchase out. Look, a little bit of extra money available. They will get Itis Balance on the AWP, but it's the Glass Cannon Blood. It will not have the Kevlar. This isn't a perfect buy for Team Spirit by any means, but they do have the rifles in every player, albeit 2 Galils in play. They have to win this one. Everything on the line. All the investment into this round for Team Spirit.
Like the proactiveness from Stav, he's been everywhere. Now, once more looking to take the duel, but a little different angle than Chopper is going to be expecting him. He gets the dink through the edge of the wall, unfortunately, so he doesn't get the kill. And Team Spirit losing the initial duel immediately head straight towards B. This is a trend from the CIS side. The moment they lose the opening duel, oh, Tessus, he finds 2 in a spring to line up for him. He's looking for more. Magic shuts him down, but Dinko, it's a 1v5, and it's going to require a true miracle, a magical play from him to pull this one off.
Well, he pulled off some magic early on in the game with a 3-man spray down with just a couple of bullets. He's going to try and do it again here, this time against 4 players. Just over a minute left in play for Young Magics to try and get into this one. We'll paint the picture of how unlikely it is that he picks this round up. So many players he's got to find, and he hasn't been given a single fight. You can see he's desperately looking for just 1 kill, looking for something to make this clutch doable. Luckily, he has the time, so he's going to go on a bit of a walk, but there's 2 players over here right now, so this is going to be very difficult. And the crosshair placement, not quite there. Borup with the kill, 6 rounds locked in for Heroic. Now we're starting to get towards the end of this first half, and we're all even on the server, but it's Heroic that have the momentum at the moment.
Yeah, it was 1-5 for those who are tuning in. Pistol round going the way of Spirit, and then Heroic. Sorry, Pistol round going the way of Heroic, and then Spirit stringing 5 in a row. But then Heroic have kind of landed this mini comeback, and once more just going to be the upgraded pistols for the side of Team Spirit. The interesting thing about Spirit is how I was just touching upon before Tessa's got that 2K was how the moment they lose Mir or like they lose an early duel, it's kind of like a button getting pushed or a switch getting flipped for Spirit, where they immediately just pounce onto whichever bomb site they were initially planning on congregating towards. Like it could be towards A, it could be towards B, and I can understand that. Like you lose mid duel at mid, you're like, all right, it's Nico or it's down. All right, that means it could be just 1 player towards B or just 1 player towards A. But I feel like these mid rounds from Spirit have been a little suspect. It was good initially when they win. How does he win that duel? How does Sumda Young land that shot? He wasn't even looking at him, Nico. That's
hours and hours of aim practice right there. Yeah, it's just. It's a little bit unfair, isn't it? But nonetheless, to drop down. Oh my god, Magic's the frustration on his face that he did not pick that up. And now 40 seconds left. And it's a 3v4. Man advantage now for Heroic. weapons are not good for Team Spirits. The likelihood of picking this round up is extremely slim just from the get-go, but now even less so with Heroic picking off member after member. Just a matter of time before we should see a 7th round added to the tally. 20 seconds in play. Testis with a FAMAS, holding the catwalk, and there's Sumda Young, another headshot left on the Deagle. And they continue to run into this B bomb site. Bomb getting planted. Now a 3v2 that is winnable for Team Spirit. It's going to be difficult to lock it out with just the MP9 and Deagle, but as long as they hit their shots, they might just be able to get this over the line. Mio's got the timing. Mio's got the timing in behind. Gideon has no idea. Head cracked open. 2nd kill available, but Mio cannot pick it up. Now it's all on Sumda Young, and he will fall at the hands of Nico. A 7th round for Heroic, but damn scary towards the end.
Absolutely scary. And fortunately for Heroic, we have just 2 more rounds remaining here, but and they had a little bit of money from earlier, which is why they're in no danger, but just... Okay, it was just a random spam, but still, clean shots coming out. Great play here from Mir, unfortunately not able to follow up with the 2nd kill. But Heroic, they are back in the lead, Dinko, after winning the pistol round after a long, long time. And here's a worrying thing for Team Spirit. Look, they are dangerous. They're a very, very, very good team. However, as good as they are, I don't see a world where Spirit's going to take Nuke from Heroic. So for them to take the series, this map win is an absolute requirement. And allowing Heroic back into this game, this could get troublesome.
Oh, I love this aggression, Blah. Vorp has just taken down Chopper. He's also got the alt backup of Stown if needed. And now they've got full B control. There's absolutely no chance that Team Spirit are going into those apartments. Vorp staying alive. Does take quite a bit of damage, but now mid control is paramount for Team Spirit. They're going to start sending a lot of players this way, but Mio's caught, not expecting Tessus in the ladder room. And that'll be the kill that comes through for Heroic, looking to lock in 8 rounds to edge out this half by a minimum of 1. They could, of course, win the half 9-6 if they keep this up. And in fact, if they win this round, that is the most likely of outcomes based on the economy of Team Spirit. 50 seconds blood, last 3 remaining players coming into the A bomb site.
And considering how low Magic's Adidas balance are, it's still not pretty Cadian. I think, did he see him? I think he did. Well, even if it did, then Molotov's going to be a kill. Cadian taking quite a bit of damage. And this bound's going to dispatch off Nico. However, if he walks into the crosshair of Cadian, Cadian's going to be lying in wait. The peek's going to be coming on in. And Cadian, he's not going to miss though. Sumda Young left alone. And Cadian, Casper, he's missing nothing right now. 8-6. And considering the start Team Spirit had, Dinko, like 8-6, the scoreline, I did not expect this. I probably thought, I envisioned Team Spirit going to the 2nd half with maybe a 9-6 or an 8-7 scoreline. Instead, Heroic have ensured that they will have the lead going into the 2nd half.
Down, peeking up into the apartments. Sumda Young going down to low towards underpass early. This time, Heroic haven't really put too much aggression on the CT side. In fact, the only player kind of playing a little bit more of an advanced position is actually Nico under the woods. So very normal setup, a little bit more of a passive approach this time from Heroic. Just looking to lock out this round. Team Spirit slowing it down a good bit. They've got that mid control again. They're going for a very simple default stance right here, right? Very high emphasis on this mid control with 3 players going over here. We'll attempt the boost over the top, trying to take that fight in towards Catwalk. Doesn't really work out here for either team. Just staying alive is a good factor for both players involved in that duel. And now under a minute left, Team Spirit haven't really got all that much to work with. So they're going to start figuring out what they want to do here, Blood.
Well, they have smoked off connector, implying that this B bomb site is where they want to be heading towards. Bomb's going to be dropped over, and I believe Mirror's going to be picking it up. Look at the amount of utility the T's have remaining, Denka. 1 flashbang and hands of magic, that's it. And they have 2 CTs. Make that 3 CTs lying in wait. They got the read. They have the perfect read. Tessus lying in wait is going to find magics. B-Apps control with Tessus, and it's going to funnel them straight back towards the A bomb site, Nico. But look at the position from Borup as well as Nico. They might not be expecting 2 players, so they're going to have to walk into the crossfire. Nico's going to make contact. Good for 1. Borup's going to find both of them, and it's going to be all on Sumda Young. 13 seconds on the clock. A 1v4. Bombs drop out in the open, and Stavin's going to put him to the ground. 9-6 for the side of Heroic.
Time for a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time to get the second half underway. Mirage 9-6 up for Heroic. Just a reminder to everyone at home, this was 5-1 for Team Spirit at one point, and Heroic have just kind of pulled it back, Blood. They're looking real comfortable.
They are, and like I said earlier in the first half, it is a little worrying for Team Spirit. Although this pistol round is going to be quite important for both the teams, even more so for Team Spirit, because if they win it, they can convert the anti-force buy or maybe the anti-eco. It could be much more even. It could be 9-8 or potentially a 9-9, all things being tied up. However, Heroic show themselves towards mid, and the bomb is going to be falling back all the way towards T-spawn alongside Nico. Cadence, a player with the utility. Mr. Captain, the IGL, taking one for the team. Smoke and a flashbang will be deployed. Smoke for the connector area, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. Smoke the connector. That's going to allow the two players to come on up. But Team Spirit is still have two players towards mid. It could be a shooting gallery. Is both going to find a kill. Quick trade coming in, back and forth. It's a 3v3 as they do start to take control of this A bomb site.
Somebody Young about to peek out into the open, and well, he's under pressure. Nico with the kill. The Glock swinging wide. 3v2. Heroic looking to lock in the second pistol round in this post plant. Magic Mirror, no utility, no kit available right now, so they're just hoping for these aim fights, and no one from Heroic is giving them a chance. He's very passive and very disciplined in this post plant. They even got a player coming to the window late here as well. Magic goes over the top. Nico overrun. Now Tess is peeking out. That's his 14th kill. And Magix picks up the kit, but the time is still ticking. Even with the kit, there's not going to be enough to get this done. And he's just looking for these kills to go down with the ship. And it's not looking so great right now for his chances. Tessa swings out. Another kill collected. This man's a beast in the pistol rounds. And it's Heroic. 10-6 on the board. They reach double figures first here on Mirage.
Everyone for Heroic has been just showing up here. We had Tessus, we had Nico, we had Staven taking those early duels on the CD side. And I really got to give credit to Heroic for the way to switch things up on that CD side. I won't lie. 5-1 up for Spirit, the way they're winning the rounds were very convincing as well. For a moment I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be going the way of Spirit, but they switched things around. Heroic started being more aggressive, not necessarily towards the B apps, but they were winning those underpass fights, winning these opening duels. Great work for them. And now it is going to be the force spy coming in from Team Spirit, and Some Die Young and I just balance 2 quick kills. Some Die Young still playing towards Shadow. He needs to find something here, but Nico out of nowhere with 3 kills, but it is still a 2v2 as Mir is going to take down Cadian on the look.
Nico just hanging around near spawn. Goes to the reload. They're about to come close as Magis just nice and close by here with the Deagle. Gonna be trying to find his way into this kill. As Nico wants to peek out into the left side. Max is just there with the Deagle swings. The shot not too far of landing that. Tessa's holding the flank. Catches out Mir, and now it is all just Magic. They know exactly where he is. He finds himself a scout, but playing again very disciplined in this 2v1. They don't want to lose any more weapons. They want to close this out as cleanly as possible now. It's already been pretty expensive. And Heroic will grab an 11th round and continue their winning ways. Team Spirit are not going to have the money going into this next round either, Blyce, who will likely look at 12, and even Magis goes down towards the end of the round. 4 kills for Nico in this one, 17-11. He saves Heroic in this round.
That's a huge round to win for Heroic as well. It's going to force Spirit to go for a full eco. 5 USPs. Mirror will still upgrade for a Deagle, you know. Like P250, a couple of Deags, a flashbang in the hand of Team Spirit, but a much lighter buy compared to what we saw in the previous round for Heroic. A golden opportunity to, well, double the score of Team Spirit. It's just flipped around, hasn't it? 5-1 for Team Spirit, and now Heroic kind of on a tear. Cadian once more with the MAC-10. He's going to be the player who's going to be leading this pack and wasting no time. They're just going to be going for a clean execute. Stavin's going to find the first kill. Nico finds Ida's balance, and there's absolutely nothing Team Spirit can do. They had the one flashback early on for the aggression towards mid Dinko, but couldn't find anything. I like this approach from Heroic. They weren't dilly-dallying around. They went for the commit. They went for a full-on execute there. Although, Caden's going to be caught off guard. A MAC-10 picked up, but no big loss. Also, for those of you wondering what's happening over in the mainstream, Gambit have completely dismantled complexity. 16-5 on Train, Gambit's map pick.
That is pretty nuts. But things are
Complexity can play Train, man. I'm just saying.
Things are looking pretty rough right now for Complexity. Yesterday, you know, really getting pushed to the limits. And today, going down to Gambit very convincingly on map number 1. I think a lot of people coming into this tournament will be underestimating Gambit and the CIS teams overall, and you cannot do that, Blood. You've seen that firsthand over the last week. These guys can frag.
They can not just only frag, they play a brand of Counter-Strike, which I actually enjoy watching. I feel like it's some pretty cool stuff these teams pull off. It's at times a little unorthodox, I won't lie, but at the same time, if it works, it works. It's going to be Heroic once more going for this A-take Dinko. However, it's going to be Guns waiting for the Midas balance. Spots there out towards Palace, and it is going to be Nico. He crouches down, but he will be taken up by this bounce. A lot of damage being dealt by Team Spirit, but the bomb will be planted. Both 22 points of health, Staven on 50 points as well. And look at Tessa's just running on in, Dinko.
Tessa's just having a great time right now. Molotov is going to burn right in front of him. 4v4. He's done a lot of work for Heroic here. Even though it's a 4v4, the time is ticking, and this retake still needs to get going. Chopper taking down Tessis. Now looking for more. Mir forces down into the open. The utility usage was great from Team Spirit, but now with Gideon's position, he's a thief in the night. Inside of the smoke right now. On the bomb, he can go for the knife. Shanky enough Magus in the smoke. He'll get the kill, and the round locked in for Heroic. 13-6. I love it from Gideon.
I can't believe it's pulled that off. He just stole that away from Team Spirit. And I also really like what Heroic did there, right? It was a 4v4. They get the bomb done, and then they realize, you know what? Most couple of the players are very, very low, so they become proactive. And Cadian, so cheeky, jumps into the smoke, sits on top of the bomb, waits for the defuse to take place, and just a slash and a stab.
Yeah, just having a great time there.
Yeah.
Ooh. It was perfect as well, because Magic is actually kind of low, but Borb starts things off well. Chopper going down early on in the start of this round. And we will be looking at Heroic 13-6 up, 3 rounds away from victory. And a very important round coming up right here, Blood. There's a lot on the line here for Team Spirit. And they've just lost that early man. They lose this round, their money's gone, and we likely see Heroic hit 15. This is Team Spirit's map pick, and they are getting toyed with in recent rounds. Down decapitates Magic's got follow-up kill as well.
Jesus.
What can you do when Stown is just wrecking you like this? 2 insane kills in this B bomb site, and that's enough to scare Team Spirit off. You know, Stown's just dropping in and swooping 2 heads right off. You gotta run. No chance.
You gotta run, because he's still running. He's still chasing you down. He is hunting them down, Tinker. That was just a Ferrari peak coming out from Stown. Who was that in the B-bombs? Was that Magic's or Chopper?
It was Magic's the first, and then it was Mir that he got. Both of those players got destroyed. Well, at least they seem to be holding onto the weapons, but here comes Stown, and he is not letting them carry anything over. He wants the last player as well. He knows the AWP was over here. Molotov in. 2 players here. This AWP is not getting anywhere. This AWP is not in the next round. Bort with the kill. Nothing saved over for Team Spirit. Heroic are just ruthless. 14 rounds now on their opponent's map pick. They're looking to try and close this early.
Stown is absolutely ruthless. He was going in for the knife, Tinker. He wasn't happy landing his headshots. He's like, I want to get the knife as well. Oh, my lord. He's popping off. Heroic 14-6. I can't believe it's come to this. Whatever happened to Team Spirit? They were looking so good initially, and then Heroic just basically punched them down into the ground. And I have to reiterate what I said earlier. If Spirit don't take Mirage, I don't see a universe where they're going to take Nuke. Heroic are probably one of the best teams on the planet on that very map. And it's going to be very, very rough indeed for them to bring it back on Nuke. So this is going to be rough. Although, that being said, they got off to a pretty good start here. They have gone for a light buy, a very light investment. They're going to win the opening duel, taking on Starvin all alone towards B apps, and that's going to funnel the remaining players of Heroic straight into this A bomb side. The scout from IS Balance gets a tag, but he doesn't get the kill. But Mir, however, is going to find Katie.
Oh, Chopper not really having a great time here. He misses a couple of shots, couple of scissors right there, and now it's starting to look pretty rough, but Mir has pulled them through this round. 3 kills so far, and he wants even more. He ends up with the top of the triple. Does a little bit of damage. Full blind. That's the end of the round from Mir. He thought he could have done everything. He thought he could have dragged them through the mud, kicking and screaming to a 7th round, but 3 kills is not enough, it seems. And Heroic will survive with 2, most likely. And Magic's just going to try and get away and see if this open in the next round. It really does feel like it's just kind of all halted. They had such a good start, and it all just went wrong. Team Spirit, I don't know if it's on the individual level, they're just not having a great time. It really does feel like they just suddenly stopped winning aim duels.
Heroic being the Spirit Crushers. It's been that. Okay, taking a look at the scoreboard and trying to figure out what really went wrong here for Spirit. So they were 5-1 up, Tinko, and then we saw Heroic win a couple of rounds back to back. So it was 6-3, favoring Team Spirit. And ever since then, 6-3. And ever since then, Heroic have won 12 rounds in a row across both sides. That is ludicrous.
Yeah, that is ludicrous. Just a reminder, we are currently running 2 simultaneous streams. You're watching the secondary stream right now. Over on the main stream, you can catch Gambit versus Complexity heading into the second map. We will likely conclude Mirage map number 1 looking good for Heroic and execute into the B bomb site. Magic with the first headshot. He's gonna be looking for more. He's doing a good job of just staying alive here. The Molotov holding their T side back, and Chopper, he will get a headshot. That's his 10th kill so far on the server. And Tess says, oh, this is perfect. The smokes are perfectly lined up for him just to walk down this corridor, and he might just find a couple of players looking the wrong way. I just balanced and trying to point out a gun, and he will fall. Tess is on the double. It's a 2v2 still, a chance for the team to still win here. Spirit holding on. They've got another kill. Chopper looking to drag them through this one. As Tess is just looking for the 1v2 clutch, and it just isn't going to happen. Chopper with 4 kills and a 7th round picked up for Team Spirit. They're not done yet, Blood. There's more to come.
What a play from Chopper there. I thought Tess had won the round single-handedly on his own. What a play from him. But Chopper, despite everything falling apart all around him, he held on. Huge 4K from him. Also love how he avoided the Molotov there from Tessa's, getting tossed into force him out to the right-hand side. Instead, he backpedals and takes a kill. Do have I think, a technical issue here for one of the teams. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too long, but I gotta say, I was expecting a much more closer series, Denko. I was expecting Team Spirit to win their map pick. I was expecting Heroic to win Nuke, as usual. And then I was expecting a Bond Burner in Inferno. However, the way it's going right now, Inferno looks like a
distant dream.
Faint possibility, yeah.
Yeah, right now it's not looking fantastic for Team Spirit, but a real positive there was Chopper actually stepping up in the B-bomb site. He has been very quiet so far in this map. He had 9 kills heading into that round. He ends up just popping off, right? That's something I feel like is incredibly important to the success of this Team Spirit team. If you look at them historically, a lot of the problems they had, initially when Chopper took over the in-game leader duties, they brought Magix into the team. They were playing a lot of these tier 2 online tournaments, and they weren't doing so well. That was mainly because I feel like Chopper wasn't fragging. It really looked like he was quite uncomfortable in this team. And the whole emergence of, I believe it was Simon and this team, Vegas Squadron as well, just put into Spirit. It was just, should have been a super team in that sort of tier 2 region. Didn't really click too well immediately. Then they started getting that confidence. I really do believe it started just at that Champions Cup 300k event in December of 2019. After that ESEA event, they completely fell off at that event. They did not play well. They stepped it up going into the next event, and it was like Magic's second big event. I think he had only just went on a plane for the first time in that ESEA event before, which was pretty nuts.
Yeah, true. It's just this recent, I mean, we've had a recent resurgence when it comes to the CIS teams, but I agree with you. Spirits rise to prominence, it goes way back, right, to like late last year, and then they've been looking fantastic all year. But then you look at teams like the current Gambit lineup. I mean, my God, they're looking fantastic. They're just right now taking a dump on the Juggernaut. I don't know, they're winning so convincingly. They smashed Spirit as well in the finals of DreamHack Open November last weekend. And then you look at everyone else. Look at VP, the way they're playing right now. It's a great time if you're a CIS Counter-Strike fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. We'll get right back to that.
Right
it's
now.
a very quick play coming out here for Heroic, looking to try to just crack open the Skull's board with the first kill. Itis Balance not sleeping out of the break. He's got a good kill from spawn. Another one from Itis Balance, and Chopper playing through the gap with the smoke. He just walks into the open, and it's Spirit with the 2-man advantage. They will stay alive again, Blood, it seems, unless Nico and Stown can pull off an incredible 2v4.
Yeah, that's gonna be nigh impossible if you ask me, as Nico walks in back turn towards Chopper. Stam, the man of the hour, highest rated player yesterday, the highest rated player for this team in quite a while. He's gonna get the trade. Now it's a 1v3. It's a game of patience. He has a lot of time to work with. However, his position is known. He waits patiently for Itis Balance to peek into him, but Itis Balance comes out on top with the duel. Team Spirit won 2 back-to-back now. However, Heroic still have 7 map points, Dinko. And although right now the money isn't looking that great, so should be another round for Team Spirit. But for how long can a CIS team just delay what is looking like the inevitable loss here on their map pick?
I feel like that round from Heroic was just hoping they could catch Team Spirit sleeping out of the pause, but didn't really work out for them. Itis Balance is poised and ready, so now Heroic have to face the eco. They've got plenty of rounds to play with. The Team Spirit know they can come back into this. How many times in this tournament so far have we seen a comeback, Blood? How many times have we seen a one-sided half come in and end up going to overtime or end up going 16-14? It's a real possibility for this comeback right now for Team Spirit, and Heroic will realize that.
Indeed, they will, and that's going to be in the back of the minds. We've seen it happen from Heroic, though. They're having a few maps. I think it was DreamHack Open Fall. I forget where. There were a couple of maps, couple of games where that massive lead kind of slipped away. As Nico with the Glock finds some Die Young. This is a round Team Spirit should be winning without dropping any players. Mir, what are you doing? He just runs out with the Optinco. He just runs out with the AWP, just like with no information, no one nearby, and suddenly a 4v3 with a couple of P250s and Glocks. It is already so very expensive for Team Spirit. At least a nade's gonna get a kill on the Teslas. Idisbounds finds one. And it looks like some normalcy has been restored, but for a moment there, I was holding my head in my hands.
Well, good kill from Magus. That should lock it in now. Chopper taking away Nico. And Chopper, what a resurgence he has had here in the second half. He was having a very quiet performance, but is now up with the rest of the team on 17 kills. Now it's just some Die Young lagging behind on 8 frags. Take a look at Heroic, 15-9 on the board. They're looking to try and close it here. They will not have that op for Gideon. Instead is the 5 rifle setup. I do want to see a bit of a slower round come out of the T side here. They've been going for set strats out of spawn time and time again based on spawns, and I'll be interested to see something different from them, but they're going heavy B early on into this one, Blair.
Well, they have a lot of options. They have a lot of opportunities, but like you mentioned earlier, Dinko, how many games, how many maps have you seen where the team had a massive lead and you just kind of all slipped away? Stabbing. Smoke. And we found by Magic's completely blinded, but he will be traded. Almost gets a kill with the Teslas, and Mir is there to ensure that his teammate doesn't go on the bench.
Oh, Gideon and Borup with the kills, and it looks like Heroic are in a real good spot in that right now. Nico with the headshot. Just Idisbounds left, and he's got to pull off a 1v3 retake of the B bomb site with an AWP in his hands. Smoke down in his face. This is going to be so difficult. Eyes poised in his position. They know exactly where he is, and he's starting to run forward, looking for just a couple of fights to go his way. And Heroic are not going to let this one slide. They look like they have done it. They have surely locked it in, and Gideon will confirm 16-9 for Heroic on Mirage. This was Team Spirit's map pick. It started off 5-1 blood, and it all went downhill.
It didn't even look like Heroic were stressed at all. It was a very comfortable win. Sure, we saw a little bit of resurgence later on coming in from Team Spirit, but I love the switch up they showed early on the city side. It was, I do believe, 6-3 or something, and the way they switched it up, we saw Starman going underpass, winning all those opening duels, and I feel like Spirit could have done more on the T side, honestly. It felt like the moment they lose an opening kill, if it's a 4v5 scenario, they kind of just press the W button, just start pushing into a bomb site, which enabled the other players of Heroic to shut them down.